I decided the professional doctorate was right for me because I'm quite greedy, is the way I'd word it. I wanted to be able to do research to a doctorate level, and I love doing my psychology degree, but I also love counselling and doing therapy with clients, and doing a professional doctorate means that I could do both the therapy and the research, and it really gives you a lot of skills all over the place, so you can do bits of everything as opposed to just doing one thing and not being able to do the other.
I think the doctorate in counselling psychology is a very good course in terms of it enables you to develop skills in different therapeutic approaches, which is very helpful when you go out in the real world, when you're working in the NHS or the private sector. And I think other courses may perhaps lack that.
I wanted something that was bite-sized rather than this big thing. And also for a conventional doctorate you have to have decided what you're going to research before you're allowed on the programme. Whereas I found out that with this programme there was still some leeway to develop and then build your interest from that.
The professional doctorate offers to students is, in a funny sort of way, it's a chance for them to reconnect with calling rather than career. And what I mean by that is that I think for all of us in health and social care and in higher education as well, there's a lot of pressure now to perform to targets, you know, and accountability, etc., etc. So everybody's working under fire, and it's very easy to lose a sense of why you actually decided to become a particular professional. So I think what the doctorate does is allow a space for you to actually remember why you wanted to be a nurse or a midwife or a physiotherapist or a psychologist or whatever, and just reconnect with that passion, really.
So what we've attempted to do with the new programme, the new doctorate in counselling psychology, is to really think about the developments within the field of counselling psychology in recent years. And we've maintained many of the qualities of the existing programme, yet at the same time thought about the new additions that might make the programme more suitable for trainees when they come to be employed when they finish their training. So we've thought very carefully about those sorts of things.
One of the reasons for choosing the professional doctorate in counselling psychology was because of the practical elements of it. I wanted to be able to, what it does is it enables you to actually work while on placement, and you work from year one, so that's really good. So you're getting up and running, you're using informed research to actually do your work.
When our trainees begin the professional doctorate in counselling psychology here at Wolverhampton, they're engaging in academic work, practical placement work, personal development, and also the research component. And that research component is integral. It's really important to the professional development of a counselling psychologist.
Well, for me it was more a practical approach to research. It wasn't just about doing a final PhD thesis. It was about ongoing projects that I could actually do in the workplace with my staff and students. So I could see the added benefit to the learning.
Working in new ways, being flexible, making particular research methods or tools or ways of thinking work for your particular context. It's much easier to do, it seems much more legitimate. People have more courage, I think, to take risks with that, and hence what they can then take back to practice is much more useful, and relevant and real.
Yeah, for me I had a really good friend who started the doctorate at the same time, and she encouraged me. Yeah, and also the programme team are very flexible. They realise that we are working full time. At certain times of the year we're working incredibly hard when it's the main marking period or the main teaching period. So there's that structure there, but there's also some flexibility.
Yeah, I think studying in the same place that you work is quite useful, as you say, because people are more aware of your commitments and everything, so are much more understanding.
I do think that's very critical when choosing a university, that you know you're going to get the support of a tutor, because
thesis is obviously a very difficult project to complete, very time consuming, very challenging, and to have the right tutor on board who believes that you can achieve makes the programme more manageable.
Well, from the professional doctorate point of view, I think having a cohort approach, so you have a group of students who come to do doctoral study together, who are across a range of disciplines, I think that is a very powerful attraction, because not only do you make contact with people from other disciplines, but also because you're in a cohort, unlike the sort of in an isolated silo of doing a more traditional PhD, for example, I think it makes it much easier for people to ask for help and to offer help.
I was actually looking at other universities, but I chose Wolverhampton because I felt that the staff were, this has a humanistic underpinning, and the staff were really humanistic in their selection process and then how they came across. And I chose it not only for the rigour of the studying, but also for the warmth and knowing that it'll be a comfortable place and a comfortable environment to study in.
And I think the trainees, when they come to us, recognise that is where we come from. Yet as well as working within various different settings, working with various different modalities and modes of therapy, our underlying philosophy is humanistic, and with that what we offer is a warmth, support, a way of engaging really, and really an understanding that the relationship that we develop with our trainees is fundamental to how they develop as professionals.
I would advise people that yes, if they are interested in doing it, and if they are working within the profession and it's something that feeds into their practice, then it is really useful, because it's a huge commitment and you've got to be enthusiastic and you've got to see the benefit of doing it. It can't be just something that's of interest, it has to feed back into what you're doing. So I would advise Professional Doctorate, and I think doing it here at Wolverhampton, there is such a good support network, so that has been really helpful.
Do a lot of research, do your research well, to reflect within yourself, because counselling psychology is about self-reflection and being able to know yourself really. It enables you to know yourself. So reflect on if it's the right course for you, whether or not you have the resilience, and everyone has some resilience which will grow on the course, but just to reflect.
It allows you to be quite flexible, which is very good as well. That's part of the personal development part of the course, as well as the theory and the practical side of developing therapeutic skills in different models. So I think that's a good point about the course, about the personal development and the different therapeutic models that you learn on the course, as well as the research element as well.
As much as a PhD takes a lot of your own personality and your own interests, a professional doctorate like this one encourages you to really work with your own issues and to really uncover some of your own layers and get to the heart of what makes you you, the good and the bad.
Encourage people to come and join us. We'd be very, very welcome. And it's a great programme to be on. It's a great programme to deliver and to teach on and to share in the journeys of the students that come. So please join us.